You guys, welcome back to King Ols, and I am now here for Upset of the Year for 2023 in boxing. And yes, I'm really looking forward to this one now then. This is going to be a really interesting one, to be honest with you. So yeah, I have got my 5 fights, which I have decided that's up there in my opinion. We're going to start with number 5, then we're going to be getting to number 1. And yeah, that will of course end up being upset of the year. Upset of the year. I'm sure I said that. Anyway, we're doing upset of the year to make sure. Anyway, yeah. So number 5. This is an interesting one. We'll get straight into it. Start with number 5 to number 1. This is an interesting one because it's not an upset in like the aspect of, oh yeah, I'm really shocked that this person won, but it was more in the manner that this person won in. You guys might know who I'm going to say, and that is Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. I did predict that Errol Spence would win, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford wins. This isn't an upset that Crawford won the fight. I think in a way, it's an upset in the manner that Crawford won by absolutely putting a demolition job on Errol Spence Jr. That's the upset here. The manner and the brutalness that Crawford ended up winning this fight in with just complete dominance. Errol Spence causing him zero problems. It was unbelievable. So in a way, I do think that is an upset, to be honest with you, in a way. I honestly do. I honestly do. People might disagree, but that's why I'm pinning at number 5. I feel like it has to be said in my opinion. And I feel like I've got a decent reason to be able to back up putting it in here. So yeah, it's just that Crawford just showed he was something special that night. And I think he surprised everyone how far he's above everyone in that welterweight division. It was a brilliant performance by Terence Crawford. Anyway, okay, that's that one done. Next up, we have got number 4, Zhilei Zhang versus Joyce 1. I knew Jang would win the rematch in the second fight. I knew he'd win the rematch. I predicted that. In the first fight, I did not predict this, though. I did not predict that Zhilei Zhang would be able to beat Joyce. I thought Zhang was too old. I thought Joyce would be able to cut off the ring and be able to get Zhang out of there. I think this surprised so many people, this first fight, to be honest with you. It surprised so many people. Zhang was just completely spamming his left hand. He was getting into creating some decent angles as well. Jang was as well. And he was so ridiculously accurate. Joyce wasn't moving his head enough at all. Zhang was doing well with the jab. His accuracy is fantastic, Zhang. And yeah, ended up getting stoppage by brutally breaking Joyce's orbital in his eye. It was a fantastic performance by Zhang and an upset performance that I don't think too many people were actually expecting, to be honest with you. So yeah, Zhilei Zhang and Joyce 1, I do think is an upset. That is what I think. Okay, that's that one done. Next up, we have got Caballero versus Mudon. Okay, so first of all, this is an upset, but I do have to say, I actually did predict Caballero to win. I knew it would happen. I honestly knew it would happen. You guys can go back to my prediction video for the day of reckoning and predict full card predictions. I said Caballero would win this fight. I said he'd be able to put it on Mudon and do it. But I'm not here to brag about that. I've already done a video on this fight. But it is an upset because hardly anyone apart from me was expecting this to happen, basically. Literally no one except for me was expecting this to happen. Caballero was out, and probably a few others. But yeah, Caballero was fantastic in this fight. And the commentators, I actually forgot to say this in my video, actually, I think. But the commentators, especially like everyone throughout the weekend, the announcers, were building Mudon up to be some kind of absolutely massive giant and massive up-and-coming guy. Gave Caballero no chance whatsoever. And he went in and absolutely beat the living shit out of Mudon. It was a fantastic performance. Fantastic performance. And, he proved so many people wrong. Proved so many people wrong. Fair play to Caballero. Brilliant blade performance by him. And it is an upset because, I don't really think too many people were actually expecting it to, were expecting this to happen. So, yeah, that's a number 3 in my opinion. Number 2. Okay. This was an interesting one. I was doing a watch on for this one. Jordan Gill versus Michael Conlan. This was an upset. This was an upset, and I do think I'm putting it number 2. It was honestly, I thought Conan was going to win. I feel like Eddie Hearn and Matchroom set up this fight for, a decent name for Conan to have on the record as a win. Matchroom set this up as a win for Conan, a good, solid win to get Conan back into the swing of things. Gil completely changed the script off of that and, completely destroyed Conan for the majority of the fight, really. It was a fantastic performance by Jordan and Gil. And I was shocked at what I was seeing. I thought Conan would be able to get him out of there, especially after Gil's recent performance against Kiko Martinez coming into this fight. I thought that Conan would absolutely destroy him, really. But no, Jordan and Gil just boxed so smart and was fantastic in that fight. Movement, brilliant. It was everything about Jordan Gill's plan coming into this fight was fantastic, and it is an upset. It surprised so many Blade people, including myself. Fair play to Jordan Gill. That's the second biggest upset of 2023, in my opinion. Now for the biggest one. Joseph Parker versus Deontay Wilder. People might say that this isn't number 1, but I'm going with it as number 1. I feel like, I just didn't see Wilder losing this and just breaking this fight down. All the breakdowns that I did on this fight and stuff, it just all added up to Wilder winning the fight. Parker not moving his head much and sometimes dropping his arms a bit and kind of open for a big right hand. No, Parker boxed so brilliantly, won every round basically, or 11-1. It was a fantastic performance by Joseph Parker, and it's a massive upset as well. Massive. I do think it's definitely a massive upset, and I am pitching it at number 1 because I feel like it's definitely the biggest one as well. The biggest one, and not many people were expecting it. Like, some people were, I know, but like for me, just when I was breaking this fight down, I could not come to the conclusion of being able to see Joseph Parker winning this fight. So I think Joseph Parker needs to be giving some huge credit here, in my opinion. It was a fantastic Blade performance by him. And it's just something I did not expect. I just did not expect that to happen whatsoever. Big respect to Joseph Parker. Ruin the AJ and Wilder fight. Fair play to Parker. Great performance. And that's the upset of the year, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.